What's up, guys? So, today we're going to talk about some episodes and testing something out. So, I have a mic that I'm setting up, and I'm setting it up to where it's much clearer to hear me instead of just on the mic on the laptop. So, we're going to talk about, sorry about the short little fixer upper, but we're going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean, the hacks on Disney. And if you guys can hear me still, just type in the comment in the live chat, and then we can go from there. But so I know that you guys are hearing me, and we're gonna talk about the Disney hack, the Pirates of the Caribbean 5, and we're gonna talk about big cable companies, how that is affecting companies and pretty much affecting shows of what we watch. So yeah, so let's dig into it. This is our let's dig in. So I guess a few days ago, Disney got a ransom from I guess pirates or pretty much what I call hackers. And this happened in Netflix also, and I don't think it really fully went through with Netflix. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But Disney got a ransom saying, if you don't pay us this amount of money, we're gonna leak out the first 5 minutes of the show and then or the of the movie, and 20 minutes after that we're still gonna upload 20 minutes I think of each movie of that movie over time. So to me this is a joke, this is a laughing matter because it's pointless. It's majorly pointless to try to take on a big company and be like, ooh, we're gonna show this. Because I think, like, from what I understand and what I read was that these groups didn't like how Disney was making pirates and portraying them, is from what I understand. I could be wrong. You guys can let me know in the comments down below. But it's, and this all comes down to just get over it. That's my honest opinion. It's just a movie. It's not, movies weren't really necessarily to, and I'm gonna probably get backlash on this, but it's not. It's for entertainment. That's pretty much what movies are for. It's never, movies have never really depicted anything true of anything really, because it's not for that. It's for us to stretch our imagination and watch a movie. That's pretty much what it is. And I think when people try to ransom like the Sony hack and all this stuff, I think people are hurt and they just want to have just miserable. And to them that's fun, and to me that's not fun. It's in doing that you take away jobs. It becomes harder for a company to grow when people are trying to hack and trying to make it hard for people. So I think in that, I don't think Disney's going to pay up. I don't think Disney's going to do anything to pay ransom. I don't think much of anything. If they do post the stuff, I don't think it's going to have much of an effect. Really, I think it's going to the movie's still going to make a lot of money. I personally don't like Pirates of the Caribbean movie just because based on just how they do things. I'm not a big fan of them. So that's that topic. So I can go into more details of it. I think it's a joke really that people try to make it what it's not. And so yeah, we're gonna dig into the big cable, which I'm more okay. I'll get into the Netflix thing. So Netflix had Orange is the New Black, or the Black is the New Orange. I never really got into that show, and so they got hacked pretty much and threatened to show the episodes from a season. And I don't think anything really happened in that. It was just a big ordeal that happened. I don't know much about it. So, of the show per se. But Netflix did get attacked him on it, and I don't think really anything happened from that. And I think that's what's the same thing is going to happen with Disney, because Netflix is just up there with, wouldn't say up there with Disney. Like here's Disney and here it is on Netflix, but Netflix is up there with Disney in the sense of business wise. They like to keep things controlled and they know what they're doing. So I have complete faith that Netflix knows what they're doing. They're making good quality stuff, even if it's not for kids per se on some of their shows, but they're making quality shows. So that's that whole Netflix and why I use that part. So there's this thing, like not thing. So big cable companies have, in my mind, ruined watching TVs or watching movies, like Comcast and like all the big cable companies like DirecTV and all them. It's become this thing where, and I use an example. Kodak used to be big. They're not as big anymore. Kodak was a film company that made film for people to use to go make their movies. And they never went digital. They thought that was never really going to happen. That was one of the reasons. There's multiple reasons why, but they never really ventured into new things. And eventually they pretty much almost tanked. They're still around, but they never really bought onto the whole digital thing. They're still more linear, I would say, more film than digital. And the same thing is happening with cable companies. They're now trying to catch on. Blockbuster used to be the same way, where they're now non-existent. I think there's like one in Alaska. There's one Blockbuster in Alaska or something like that. But with now being everything streaming, like Netflix, Yahoo, Hulu, everything's being streamed. You have this dilemma where if a big cable company is having you pay crazy amount of money for channels that you don't particularly want or you don't really watch, and you're paying for those and you want something very select, Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu are kind of like your go-to things, and they're a lot cheaper. It's like what, $10, $14 a month. I'm able, that's not crazy amount of money to go into. But with the big cable companies, they want to over like choke it all out and pretty much make it impossible. And doing that, they're losing more people. Everyone's going to Netflix. Everyone's going to Yahoo, or no, not Yahoo, Amazon and Hulu. And the benefit with Netflix and those internet streaming services, you're paying a certain amount, but you're getting more of things that you would watch and you would be able to search and select. And it's become this huge thing that now I'm trying to do the same thing with HBO Go. And I don't really see the interest in that. I've seen how HBO Go works. It's kind of like Netflix, but it's only for their stuff and movies that are like the only advantage that HBO Go has is you can watch movies that have been released new, and Netflix you have to wait. Amazon you can rent the movies, which is pretty cool. But in the sense of it's it's kind of difficult because you have all the big companies trying to play game with Netflix and everyone. And Netflix has been able to make their own movies, make their own Netflix original series, and they've succeeded in that. Like I remember when Netflix first came out with House of Cards, like one of their first shows, they lost a ton of money. It shouldn't have worked, and it ended up working, and they won awards for it. And now Amazon won. I think they won an Oscar. They were the first, and I thought Netflix was going to do this. Amazon was the first internet streaming provider to actually be up for an Oscar. And I think because they're making movies now that they can release, they're producing movies pretty much. And they're seeing, hey, we can do this that most cable companies can't go. And I know I'm rambling on, I'm trying to put it all together. Sorry for that. And but it's a big whole fiasco. I'm waiting for when Netflix does sports when they can figure that out, or Amazon can figure that out. So you can pay like a certain amount for watching sports or certain channels. And I know YouTube is trying to do the same thing. I don't think that's going to work. They're making it more now where you have to pay more for it. So it's, and I know I'm rambling on about the cable thing, about the big cable company, but to me it's more of job quality, and I think that with big companies like HBO, I would even put Verizon in that category with the big cable companies because Xfinity, you have DirecTV, HBO, Comcast, and like ABC, like even ABC would be in there. Like they're trying to oversaturate it and try to contain it all so where it's really hard for us, and they just want to make money. That's the problem. Where you have the streaming side of it, you're paying a certain amount a month and you're getting the quality that you want. They're not their main focus is not to push more money out of us to watch it. We're paying them to have entertainment come to us. So yeah. So that's the show. I'm sorry that I kind of went rambling on down rabbit holes near the end. But yeah, if you guys want more topics, let me know. We're gonna have more coming. I'm realizing more now that if I do the live stream in the daytime rather than in the evening, it's the quality is much better. The my streaming internet process is a lot easier. It's not as glitchy. So I'm gonna try to stick with doing more in around noon. So if like I have work and you don't see something around noon, I'll have an episode, probably two episodes the next day, just because my day is busy on that day. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for everyone who keeps watching this. I am trying to get better quality. I have a mic hooked up. I'm trying to do things better. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good day.